If your favorite childhood pet, friend, or family member passes on, is it possible for the elephant to ever forget about them? Elephant memory is different from human memory because it's not linear. When an elephant dies, they can't remember the deceased as well as a human might be able to, but that doesn't mean they won't think of them again. We have many interesting topics about animals on our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like to get new video. Also, you can find beautiful fine art with reasonable prices in the link below. Don't miss it. Elephants have been around for millions of years. They have memories that go back to before humans existed, and they can remember even the smallest details. This makes them one of the smartest animals on Earth. This all sounds very convincing until we realize that animals with a long lifespan need to learn new things in order to survive and adapt to their environment. Elephants, who live for up to 70 years, need to keep learning about their surroundings in order to avoid predators and stay alive. Elephants are the largest land mammals and the only living species of the order Proboscidea. They have been around for millions of years, but scientists have recently discovered that they can remember things for a long time. Researchers found that elephants have a hippocampus, which is a part of their brain responsible for memory. It is believed that this part of their brain has remained unchanged over time because it allows them to remember things from when they were young. The elephant's memory can last up to 20 years, and this might be because elephants have a better memory than humans. Elephants have the ability to remember things from their childhood and even from previous generations. What is memory and how does it work? Memory is a system in the brain that can store and recall information. It is an important part of memory. Memory is an important process in the brain which stores and recalls information. Memory is closely related to emotion, cognition, and decision-making. The memory process starts when the brain receives an input from the senses, then it creates a pattern or representation of that input, then stores it as a memory. The first step in storing information as a memory is to create a pattern or representation of that input. This can be done through sensory perception, sight, sound, motor actions, walking, thoughts, verbalization, emotions of fear, or memories from previous experiences, memories. After creating this pattern, the brain will encode this pattern into long-term storage space with some sort of memory. Memory is a part of the brain that stores information about something that we have experienced. It helps us to recall memories and learn new things. In order to understand how memory works, it is important to first understand what memory is. Memory can be defined as the ability to remember things, thoughts, and events from the past. This means that if you don't have any memories, then you cannot remember anything at all. There are two types of memory, short-term and long-term memory. Short-term memory lasts for less than 30 seconds while long-term memory lasts for at least 30 minutes or more. Memory also depends on whether it is an active or passive process. Active memories are when people actively recall memories, while passive memories are when people can just experience them without doing anything in particular. Can elephants remember forever? Elephants are known to have a long memory. They can remember the number of their family members and the names of their friends for over 2 decades. We will also talk about how they might forget things if they are kept in captivity for a long time, and what happens when they lose their memory altogether. Some people believe that it is possible that elephants forget things because they are too busy living in captivity and don't get enough time to live outside their habitat. Elephants have a long memory, which is why they can remember the past for decades. They also have an excellent memory, which means that they can remember things that happened even when they were very young. They are able to recall memories of past events in their life and use them to make decisions in the present. They are also able to learn new things quickly because they have a long-term perspective on life and constantly learn new things. Elephants are known for their long memories. They can remember the past and recall events from as far as 20 years ago. However, they cannot forget anything that happened in the last few minutes or hours. The science behind elephant memory. Elephants have a very long memory span, which allows them to remember their surroundings for years. They are also known for their ability to learn from each other and pass on knowledge. This is possible because they have very complex brains that process information far quicker than humans. Memory is a complex and mysterious process. Scientists are still trying to figure out how memories are formed, stored, and retrieved. The memory of elephants is something that has always been a mystery. Some people have speculated that they may have a kind of long-term memory, but this has not been proven. There are many theories on what elephant memory is and how it works. Some scientists believe that their memory is based on the way they remember things, which will be helpful for them in the future. Memory is an interesting thing to study. It is a phenomenon that we are not able to perceive with our own eyes, and it can be very difficult for us to understand. Memory is something that cannot be seen, touched, or heard, and yet it remains one of the most important aspects of our lives. The Science Behind Elephant Memory by Dr. David Luscombe. Elephant memory has been studied extensively in the last few decades because it holds many lessons for how we might further understand human memory. In this section, Dr. David Luscombe explores the science behind elephant memory and how scientists have studied this animal's amazing ability to remember events from long ago with such accuracy that they can even accurately predict what will happen in the future based on their memories. How the elephant remembers. Elephants are known to be intelligent creatures that have excellent memories. The elephant's brain is divided into two hemispheres, and each hemisphere has a memory system. The left hemisphere processes visual information, and the right hemisphere processes auditory information. There are 4 types of memory in the elephant. 1. Short-term memory. Elephants can remember small amounts of information for a few seconds or minutes at a time. 2. Working memory. Elephants can remember a small amount of information for up to an hour. 3. Long-term memory. Elephants can remember large amounts of information for many years at a time. 4. Autobiographical memory. Elephants remember things about themselves that happened in their lifetime. Elephants are known for their immense memory capacity. They can remember events and experiences from many years ago. They are also able to learn new things quickly and execute them with precision. Now, a new study has found that elephants have the ability to remember things that happened in the past even when they did not happen in real life. This is a skill no other animal has been shown to have before. Humans have also been shown to possess this skill, but only when it comes to remembering personal memories from their childhoods or adolescence. How can elephants remember forever? Elephants have been around for millions of years, and they have an excellent memory. They are able to remember things that happened long ago, and they can also learn new things. In order to understand how elephants remember, it is necessary to understand the way their brains work. The brain of an elephant is made up of a large number of neurons in a very small space, and this makes it difficult for them to move around like humans do. This is why elephants cannot run as fast as humans do, but they compensate for this by having a large brain with lots of neurons that can process information quickly and store memories. An elephant's brain has 3 main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brain stem. The cerebrum controls conscious thought while the cerebellum coordinates locomotion. The brain stem is where most of an elephant's vital functions take place, such as breathing and digestion. Elephants have a long-term memory that is about 4 times as long as that of other mammals. They can remember for about 7 years. The elephant brain has many more neurons than the human brain, and these neurons are densely packed in a much smaller space, which helps them to store memories. How do animals store memories like elephants? Memory is a fascinating subject that has been studied for centuries. Memory can be defined as the ability of an organism to store, retain, and recall information from the past. Some animals, like elephants, have long-term memories which are stored in their long-term memory system, LTS. LTS is found in a part of the brain called the temporal lobes, and it consists of 3 parts: hippocampus, amygdala, and hypothalamus. These 3 parts help elephants remember events that occurred up to 30 years ago. Elephants have an amazing memory capacity because they use their LTS to remember everything they see or hear. They are also able to memorize complex tasks like using tools and navigating through forests, which helps them survive in their environment. Elephant memory storage versus human memory storage. Memory is the ability to store, retain, and recall information for a certain period of time. It is also the component of cognition that enables us to think about what has happened in the past and what might happen in the future. The human brain has a natural memory storage capacity that is much greater than any computer or digital device. This makes it possible for humans to memorize vast amounts of information over long periods of time. When elephants are born, they have a huge capacity for memory storage that allows them to remember things such as their family members, friends, and enemies they encounter over their lifetime. These memories are stored in their long-term memory, which can last up to 20 years or more, with some elephants being able to remember even over half a century. Memory is one of the most important parts of our minds. It stores information and allows us to remember things like phone numbers, addresses, and even conversations. Humans have a limited number of brain cells that are capable of storing memories. This means that it is impossible for humans to store more than 4 hours worth of memories in their brains. On the other hand, elephants have a much larger brain size, which allows them to store up to 100 years worth of memories in their minds. Memory is a key factor in how well we can remember and learn. Memory storage is the capacity of the brain to store information for later recollection. Elephants have a large brain with an enlarged hippocampus, which helps them remember details of their surroundings. Humans have smaller brains with less space for the hippocampus, which means that they cannot store as many memories as elephants can in their memory stores. Memory is a key factor in how well we can remember and learn. Memory storage is the capacity of the brain to store information for later recollection. In this essay, I will talk about how elephants have more memory storage than humans do, and the benefits of their increased levels in various scenarios. How elephants' memory changes their family life. Elephants are highly intelligent animals and can remember things for a long time. They have a complex family life that is comparable to humans. Elephants are able to make decisions and adapt their behavior based on their experiences. They also have the ability to learn from their mistakes and avoid future mishaps. In the wild, elephants live in groups of 10 to 20 individuals, which consist of an adult male, female, and offspring. These groups may change over time due to the death of an individual or due to migration. Elephants have a long memory, and they remember the events in their lives for years. They use their memories to make decisions and plan for the future. Elephants are known to be very intelligent animals that have some of the most complex social structures on Earth. They are also known to have excellent memories. In order to make decisions, elephants go back through their memories and use them as a reference point for how they want their life to go from now on. They also take into account their history of past experiences when making plans for the future. Conclusion: for can elephant remember forever? No, but the elephant's memory is long-lasting. It can last up to 20 years, and this might be because elephants have a better memory than humans.